Thanks, Marty. Well, my name's Brandon Garrett. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Electric Playhouse. And our whole mission is how do we kind of bridge the digital and physical world? We're all glued to our screens and devices. We're trying to take the best of that and then pull it into the real world through what we call motion activated experiences. And so we create a variety of experiences that's really designed to cater to all audiences. And we do that through our proprietary technology where we're tracking your movement. And so you're not wearing a headset, you're not wearing any type of controller. We have a network of sensors in the ceiling that's combined with projection mapping. So basically, the walls and floors are going to react to your movement in a variety of different ways. And unique to us is that we can not only have, single person experiences, but we could go to 20 or more players. Really, the only limitation is the size of the room. And so we try and create the experience that you're literally stepping into a video game or stepping into a movie. And so we've been honored to be one of the top rated immersive experiences in the world by Blue Loop, which is one of the leading publications. And just for reference, we got number 8, and the Sphere in Las Vegas is number 14. And so we're really humbled and excited about that, but we continue to get great press about what we're doing. And it's all built on our proprietary platform we call Zap. And so that's what powers our real-time interactivity. And also unique to us is that all of our content is modular and scalable, meaning that as we grow and scale to different verticals, we don't have to redesign any of our experiences. They auto-adapt to different room sizes. And we kind of envision the building almost like an iPhone, where the click of a button, we can change from, maybe yoga in the morning, games in the afternoon, to dining in the evening. And so our one physical space is now this infinite canvas of a variety of experiences, and that's all powered by our platform. Unique to us, and on the surface, most people just see us as location-based entertainment, but we actually target multiple verticals, all leveraging our same platform. So we've been in the museum space. And in fact, we just opened up an exhibit last weekend at Pointe-à-Calière in Montreal. And we've been doing museum projects for the last 4 years. And we do also B2B and pop-up activations. So companies will hire us to kind of create these for unique events. Or we actually do exhibits in other entertainment and other retailers as well. And this year, we're really excited about getting into the education space, and I'll share more about that here in a minute. But, we started the company in 2018, our first store, and we're based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we opened that in 2020. Last summer, we opened on the Las Vegas Strip in 2024, and we're continuing to look at nationwide expansion. So we're looking towards expanding the entertainment venue in major markets over the next 5 years. But I'll kind of go through some of our experiences that we provide. And so we do a wide variety of different gamified experiences. We continue to get top rated through TripAdvisor as one of the top 10% of attractions worldwide. And the fun about our spaces is that we offer a collection of different games. So you may play one game in a room, and the guests actually get the option to choose from a variety of experience. So over the course of an hour, because your body is the controller, you're going to get a full workout, you're going to have a whole variety of games. And the whole idea here is that we drive repeatability, because if you came back, a month later, that set of games can actually change. And so it always feels like a fresh new experience. We also take our technology to the dining room. So our culinary creative director also created the Food Network show Chopped. And so we curate a whole selection of celebrity chefs, and we partner and we do this whole world building. And in Las Vegas, we launched our popular Tea Time in Wonderland. So that's all built around the world of Alice in Wonderland. It continues to sell out. We've been getting, amazing kind of feedback on it, and we're developing a number of new concepts right now. One of the top influencers in Vegas said it was one of the best new dining experiences. And we've been selling out with almost no marketing budget. It's all just driven through influencers, word of mouth, and then an incredibly competitive market Vegas is. I think that kind of says something in terms of the quality of experience that we're trying to produce. The other big part of us is corporate events. So companies can come in, and we don't want just another ballroom experience. And so we combine our technology, and we'll craft kind of total worlds for companies. This one was Hewlett Packard wanted a Harry Potter themed event. And so we couldn't obviously do Harry Potter, but we did this kind of wizardly world for them. And so we create custom branded experiences. We do custom branded company parties, team building events. Our venues have a full bars and kitchens, and so we can kind of do even themed menus for those. And now we've been getting a lot of requests in weddings as well. So we've been entering that space. As Marty said, as the night gets longer and later, we actually on the weekends turn over to 21 and over shows. So we'll tour electronic dance music artists. We have our interactive dance floors. And then we also host a wide variety of special events, whether we're partnering with theatrical companies and running shows. The whole idea is that we can have a variety of experience. And we actually had a family come in who came into our Albuquerque store. They came to do the game experience. They found out about our Halloween dining. And so the parents came back that night, did our dining experience. And then the college-age son came to our EDM show that night. So in one day, we captured a family doing 3 completely different activities, all within our one venue. And now we're expanding into education. So imagine us transforming a school gymnasium or auxiliary gym into an interactive and immersive space. So we're taking all of our gamified stuff, reprogramming it as more physical ed focus, and then also reimagining all these lessons plans that have existed forever and really getting kids excited because teachers see what we see. They're glued to their device. You walk into a hallway right now at a school, it's dead silent. Everyone's on a phone. They don't know how to communicate. So we're trying to bridge that and working with teachers and educators. And we've got a lot of great connections in the California market. They've got the funding, and so we're targeting that school district this year. So our audience, we tend to capture 70% millennial women, and that's our sweet spot. That tends to be the decision maker for a lot of these, what's the family doing? What's the company going to do this week? We get great stay time, and our repeat visitation is really high, just given the wide variety of experience all within the one venue. My background, I'm an architect by trade. And so I ran kind of our design technology teams in the New Mexico's largest firm for 15 years. And we have a whole team of creative technologists from software development to operations. And on our advisement side, we have advisors from Disney, Universal, game studios, all kind of driving towards the content shift that powers a lot of our experiences. The way we make money is that when we have the entertainment venues, so we have ticketed admission, we have our dining events, corporate parties, and our special shows. And over the course of the last 4 years, we've generated about 6.8 million. On the museum side, we do monthly rentals. So museums will actually run a pop-up for like 6 months, and we'll get licensing fees off that. And then our B2B activations are typically contract-based, and with schools, we'll get a little bit on the initial installation, but it's really in that subscription of new educational content and support fees throughout the year. We've raised 5 million in 2019, and so we're in a bridge round right now. We're raising an additional 3.5 million. We've raised 2.5 to date, so we've got 1 million left, and that's all through a convertible note. And our focus right now is really boosting what's been our really successful ad campaigns. We've been running them for 5 years. We've got the messaging down, and some of our ads are returning between a 4x and 20x return on ad spend. And so we're really driving that 1 million to get us to a 10 million in revenue to kind of set the stage for an eventual Series B, where we'll be looking for partners as well to scale us nationally. So over the next 4 years, we're targeting primarily 3 areas. Entertainment, we're going to be aggressively looking to grow to 6 additional locations in major markets. And given the school opportunity, we're actually seeing that outpacing our entertainment venue. California actually has $5 billion in after-school funding. Many districts we found out last year were returning, 20 million because they just didn't know what to do. On our team is a lot of the people who actually help create those programs. And so we've been touring a lot of people in California, district leads. And so they're really excited about the opportunity there as well. So we see big growth on that side, and then continued growth on the B2B and museum side. And so what's fun is that, we're really just getting started. We're about to launch a Wizard of Oz themed breakfast event that's catered to families in Las Vegas. And that's going to coincide with the opening of Wizard of Oz at the Sphere towards the end of August. We've got lots of great education content we're working with teachers on right now. And for the adults, we've got mob-themed dinner, and then we're doing an entirely new restaurant concept called Forces of Nature that takes our immersive tech, a whole small plate. And right now we're close to finishing a deal with one of the top 10 chefs in the world who's going to be leading that effort. So with that, we are seeking investment and just joining our mission into really bringing balance between these worlds. I'll just end with a little story. I was born in the 80s. I kind of grew up in a time where I knew how to play outside, and then the Nintendo was coming out, all this great stuff, and I'd go back home and play with my friends. But today I'm seeing a shift, and you may see it too, where my kids, it's all digital. If I didn't kick them off Fortnite, they would play it for 10 hours. And so I just had my son's birthday party, and he would talk on the phone for hours and hours online, but when you get him in the room, you can hear a pin drop. They don't know how to communicate. We need to find a way to bridge these worlds. And so that's our mission. That's what drives us.
So
And thank
Brandon,
you for this
a couple
opportunity.
of questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. A couple of questions. So there's some questions about what's the cost of the experience? Like,
Yeah, so we vary the cost by market. So in Albuquerque, it's about $18, and then in Las Vegas, it's 25 to 30, depending on if you're a local or tourist. And then our immersive dining event, our tea time event, is $150 a person. That's about a 2-hour themed event. And then everything else is just priced by on price basis, depending on what it is.
and Brandon, you can do this in all the same space, correct?
Yeah, this is all done in one venue. So it's just a
So
matter
that
of
you have
us
like
hitting a button.
mechanical moving walls, things along those lines, correct?
So, as an architect,
Lighting.
we design the space. It's kind of like really boring when the lights are on. It's white walls, concrete floor, but that also means our build out cost is significantly less than others. But it's all through digital. So, with the click of a button, that's how we transform the environment through the projection mapping. And then the interactivity is all going to be contextual to that experience too. And so that's how we're able to offer this variety of experience in one footprint.
Yeah, so I used to be in the casino business many years ago, and it's such an interesting application for casinos because, as you and I both know, they want to maximize revenue per square foot all the time. And then there seems to be a whole bunch of other areas like, you could take it to like Branson, Mississippi, or is it Missouri, whatever, places like that where they have a lot of venue space. I mean, there seems to be a lot of applications. The other thing I want to mention is that one of our family offices is one of a larger investor in Brandon's venture. So it's pretty intriguing. Why don't you tell us more? I was thinking about comparison of what you're doing. I guess it's kind of like there used to be like a little game at the arcades. I think it was called like Dance Off or something like that. And there was like kids would listen to music and try to dance and follow some image on the screen. But yours is like Dance Off on steroids, right?
Yeah, it's like Dance Dance Revolution at a
Dance
massive
Dance
scale.
Revolution, right?
A lot of those experiences were always like one or two people, right? Like if you're with a large group, half of them are just watching. In our space, everybody can play. So you get 20 people, and that's also what drives the appeal on the education side is that teachers want the whole classroom engaged. And we're one of the only solutions where you can get 20 to 30 kids in a room learning in a brand new way, playing in a brand new way. And that's what's powering a lot of our growth there too.
Yeah, you're talking about kids being more active. I mean, you always like watch maybe like Stranger Things on Netflix or something like that, and kids on their bike going everywhere when they're little. And I was in Florida like 3 months ago, and there were these kids like who were on their bike, but they were like strangely overweight, like just hanging out, talking. They had taken a break, and I was like looking at their bike, and they were all electric bikes where they don't have to pedal. So, so
Well, it's
anything
like,
that makes people more active, I'm a big fan of, right? So,
the US Surgeon General released a report a few years ago about the epidemic of loneliness and isolation, where with youth, especially, the screen time is leading to that inactivity, but it's also isolating. Like you think it's connecting you, but really
absolutely.
it's not. And it's detrimental to their mental health, their physical health. And we see Electric Playhouse as the bridge and part of the solution to that.
Yeah, it's really about bringing people together. That's great. And and yours really is about scaling, right? This is not like a venture capital investment. This is about you're looking for growth capital, right?
Yeah, we've been around for 5 years. We continue to get amazing press, and all of it really driven by really no ads. Like we just haven't had the capital to put into it. And so that's where we're looking for capital to drive those revenues and then also enter new markets where we've had a lot of interest from developers, and almost every major metro is looking for one. And, unique to our expansion is that our footprint we're looking for is about 30 to 40,000 square feet. So when I was practicing architecture, we had developers coming to us saying, our Staples, our J.C. Penney's, our Sears is vacant. How do we repurpose it? And the solution of just turning into housing, office, whatever, isn't really the answer. And so that's where Electric Playhouse comes in, where in any given market, we could actually cater to that demographic really based on the content we're running. And in fact, we could have Electric Playhouses, multiple ones in one market, with each location having completely different content. So unlike a movie where everyone's playing the same movie, you could go to one side of the town and have one experience and go to the other side and have a completely different experience.
Yeah, I mean, so two things that are interesting is obviously there's a decline in office space all around the country outside of New York, right? And so, people have to repurpose their real estate, and you have a solution for that, right? So that's number one thing. And then the second thing is a lot of people who have real estate and they want to keep it as office space, they're trying to find attractions to bring more people back to the office. And like, so I know one person who runs a performing arts group, and they've approached her about creating content so that people will come back Monday through Friday. So they want daily content from that performing arts group to be at their space that they have, live performance, whether it's music, whether it's dance, whatever, every day. So people can bring their families to work, so they're enticed to be at the office, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we offer, and we're expanding on our fitness programs too. So, I'm not really like a gym guy. I get bored too quickly. And so when you turn the gym experience into something that's gamified, like you don't even realize you're working out and you're
Yeah.
broken a sweat over an hour. So we bring really interesting amenity into space. It becomes a great presentation tool as well, where you're now presenting in 360. And there's a variety of use cases. So definitely office is an additional vertical that we've explored.
Fantastic. Listen, Brandon, I've got like 30 seconds left. Do you want to give a closing statement about what you're trying to accomplish, the capital you're raising, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, we're really just looking to get to the finish line. We've got 1 million remaining, and that's through a note, which will close that bridge for us. And then also, if there's strategic partners out there that could help us with the Series B as we really try and take this across the country. And, for us, we feel it's a win-win. That investment is going to do something good. We feel kind of as a global impact on the health of not only our kids, but us as adults as well, as we push into education. And then also just finding that balance between this digital world where I think it's just been detrimental to our health, to us culturally, and we want to be that bridge and that solution. So thanks for this opportunity.
Thanks, Brandon. It's just lovely. Thanks so much.